Hey, hi. Oh my gosh. Hi, SpeedGaming. It's me. Um, you know, and yeah, and I have Twin here for Kilcoms, ready to spectate, behold, and talk over this spectacular race. We have Sforzand versus ShinyZeni. You're gonna have to excuse me if it sounds like I'm commentating live from Sirius Station. It's because I am.
You sound fine, Seppi. Thank you so much for stepping up and helping me out with this. Not gonna lie, I I was a little nervous going solo for me or going solo. So, thank you so much for stepping up. We should be going any second now.
Yeah, we better. I mean, Zenny specifically asked for me to jump on during my very busy work week. No, I'm just joking. So good luck to both runners. Okay. If I'm not wrong, I think Borzon has been doing PRKD a little bit more lately, and I'm trying to remember if he has already reached the 44 and is working on a 43. Uh, Suffice it to say, he's an incredible KPDR runner. I think he actually does have a 44 in KPDR. And Zenny had just been grinding down his PRKD time himself. Now with like a 41, not,
Is it like a
what is it?
20? 41:20? Like he's a minute and something off a world record?
Already? Oh my gosh, I guess so.
I could be wrong.
Well,
Uh, the last thing I can remember, I can't even remember my own PB in the game that I currently actively run. So, um, I could be very much wrong on that.
either way, we will be seeing a very, very good race. I am actually really impressed to see Sforzan to be joining the the tournament because he's someone that's a little bit more, I guess, not really on everyone's radar, but he should be because he's a very strong racer, very strong competitor. 46.63 for Zenny, and I think 43 something.
4370. He missed that last spin jump and fell a couple of times trying to get back up on that platform.
That's an owie, owie, owie. But still, I mean, there's like a bunch of race left. Obviously, that's only the first segment. They left me to die because I'm still here in series. So hope you'll have fun with the race.
So yeah, you mentioned that Sforzand0 might be doing PRKD. Zenny mentioned earlier that he might be trying the Picard route. If the race isn't looking or the run isn't looking super spicy, and he remembers to go to Kraid instead of heading straight down to Norfair.
Right, yeah, a common tactic that we see is a lot of runners will be stream sniping one another and just kind of be playing by ear, seeing what kind of strats they'll try to utilize or safety item pickups that they're going to want to go for, which is racing smart, honestly, because when you're running, doesn't matter if it's Picard route or if it's PRKD, those routes are very, very, very deadly. You do not want to, end up taking a death. I don't think we'll be seeing any of these runners save, of course, because that's just too much of a time loss. And yeah, they're gonna be trying to go all out, especially Sforzando trying to get a win over Zenny, which is not easy to do.
For sure, Zenny is such a driving force in this community. He will be one of the last ones to admit it, but he's a great player of this game. And really, everybody in this tournament is great at this game. Don't let me... I'm not trying to, like, downplay anybody, for sure.
No, no, no. I mean, we all definitely show up to support one another. In fact, the only people that have made it to this tournament to participate, either gold or silver bracket, are the ones that are actually good. That's why, if you'll notice, I'm not in this tournament. So, thanks.
Seffi, you have a reason for not being in this tournament, and it's not because you're bad at the game. So, I don't want to hear anything else from you about that. No down talking yourself.
Okay, but we will up talk the heck out of both runners. Zeni actually had a really clean climb, and sort of Sforzand0 going for that behemoth climb left side. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, really great climbs and parlors from both of them. Gonna have to wait and see what BT does for drops. BT is notorious for being a bit of a troll with his drops. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Just when I do appreciate you jumping aboard and doing commentary for this game from 1994. How do you feel about some of these bosses? Like, if you look at BT, sometimes if you notice, does tend to give some runners a little bit of a hassle, too much trouble, depending on drops and stuff.
Well, with like any game that you speedrun, the bosses, there's often a lot of RNG. You'll see Sforzand0 didn't get the missile drops that he needed, so unfortunately he had to use some P-shots and got that decapitation animation that Hockey likes to talk up. Meanwhile, Zeni had great drops and was able to get through him a little bit faster. But I love this game. I messed around with it when it came out. I won't tell you how old I was, but I vividly remember playing it. But I never beat the game until just recently. And honestly, all of the bosses, none of them were easy. This game is not an easy game to play casually. And it's such a joy to watch this game, which I think has held up incredibly well for as old as it is, run at such high levels, and they make it look so easy. It's a beautiful speedrun, a beautiful game, and it's almost like it was programmed to be a speedrun. Do you know what I mean? Am I just rambling?
Pop off, Twin. Honestly, pop off. You are preaching and singing even to the choir and to the heavens above. ZBs, you're right. Because this game does stand the test of time. And did I miss a twin playthrough? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, it happened about a year ago or so. I did highlight it if anybody wanted to get a good laugh at it. But yeah, chat was really great. They helped me. I even got the early mock balls into super, this mock ball into early supers that I'm so sorry. I cannot say his name tonight. Sforzand0, there we go. Just did. Took me like 20 minutes, but I did it. But yeah, these guys just make this game look so easy and effortless, and the movement in this route, the PRKD route, isn't my favorite movement, but it's still so beautiful to watch these runners do it.
Yeah, it really is. In fact, I don't know if you're looking at Zeni, but a common occurring theme in his stream is getting the weeb. Must really like anime. Oh no, excuse me, weave. That's my fault. The
It's
weave.
weave with a V, not a B.
I'm terribly sorry, Zeni. I know you like to sing about that. I was like, he really likes singing about anime. I was curious to. Now it came to my senses. I'm so sorry. Yes, but we see Zeni going up Red Tower, meaning Fantoon will be first.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of an indication with how they went through that first room of pirates, where they blew through them with the missiles instead of just tanking the damage and running through. That was to preserve their health to get for the Fantoon fight, because this is the energy that they'll be on. I mean, it's not an easy fight. Going in with only 200 health-ish? What is it? I don't even know. About 2 tanks worth of health is not an easy feat. Those cacks giving Zeni just a little bit of trouble on this little section here. Zeni's coming up on the moat, and I'm not going to say anything else because I have cursed way too many people this tournament. Just gonna keep quiet and let it happen.
That's not even true, Twin. I've seen you gift and even bless a lot of these runners. We know that Zenny's not gonna fail this. Because as much a Squirtle as he happens to be, and although he might love the water, this is one particular body of water that he will not splash in. You see?
Beautiful, beautiful continuous wall jump there. Not an easy trick. It's like what, frame perfect? Is that right?
Yeah, just for the sake of simplicity and because I really don't want to sound like a nerd, because I know there's plenty of them in chat right now who's ready to correct me at any time. We will go with frame perfect, especially with that particular setup that he did. So yeah, incredible job. See, Sforzand0 also getting the setup. He's over here. I think he was praying.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful motes from both of
Incredible.
the runners.
He found religion in the Holy Zos. Nice job.
So yeah, Zenny's into Fantoon, which we all know and love Fantoon for being the troll that he is. He can give us one of 3 patterns. We can get a fast pattern where he opens his eye really quickly. We can get a mid pattern, which it's a little bit slower, or we get the slow pattern. Ooh, he gets a fast pattern. Nice.
And I do want to add really quick that Zenny is on an incredible pace as well. So for him to just kind of morph out, I think oh no.
Oh no! He enraged him. No, he missed a missile in there somewhere. This does lose him a little bit of time. Thankfully, he's got the health and the ammo to just wait him out. But yeah, this enrage phase does take a while. Oh, Sforzand0 always also got a fast. Did get a very fast eye close though, which is too bad.
Right
And
here.
oh, we got a mid? Is that right, or was that a slow on Zenny's side?
That was a mid, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so other than the enrage phase, it was still a really good fight from Zenny. I know he will not be happy with it, but what runner is ever happy with their run, right? It's like the first rule of speedrunning. Yeah. Never be happy with your run.
Exactly. It's also the first rule of any sort of creative writing in general. You will never be happy with that essay that you turned in because you procrastinated on practicing. You know, your 1 round Fantoon, you stayed up all night practicing and you never seemed to get it. It never clicked. And now here you are. It's time to perform, tournament, race day, and guess what? You die to like Ridley at series. So, I think I just went off rambling there. Excuse me.
It's all right. It's better than my rambling. Sforzand0. There we go. I am so sorry. I am tongue-tied tonight. But we're getting a beautiful attic set up from Zenny. Looking like his ammo count is really good. And energy is full. I think his resources are looking really good now. Is that right?
Yeah, so you do want to be above 120 energy, which would be like the one little block, the pink block of energy you see on the upper left-hand corner, and 21, I think that's the bare minimum to survive jumping over into this very deadly room. I actually do sometimes get nervous around here because any wrong deboost or whatever can cost you time and damage that you do not want to be losing, or health that you don't want to be losing. Excuse me. And then Sforzand0 is actually in a hecky. Yeah, I feel that
he's gonna have to farm a lot, right?
Yeah, so he's gonna want to be above that 120 energy threshold. Because if not, he's not gonna be able to make it past the bowling spikes. This is a great time for Zenny though. Despite Enraging Phantoon, let's see if Sforzand0 gets lucky on the drops here. Oh, it is.
This is gonna be close.
He just knows that he can't afford to lose any more time, so we'll see if he makes it past. Okay, great job.
All right. Made it past two of the biggest hurdles in this early game, but now, unfortunately, there's Lower Norfair to contend with, unless we do see Crate First from Zenny here.
Oh yeah, which I honestly feel he could take. He could feel comfortable doing if he's just, as long as Zenny's not listening in. I'm talking to you, Zenny. If you have Stream Up and you're listening in, this is not. I am not a legal advisor. This is not me telling you what to do. I'm just commentating. And I think this might be one of Zenny's favorite segments because he hates me. I'm just gonna put that out there, Twin. He hates me for a particular item that he's about to pick up.
Yeah, everybody loves to tease you about Spazer. I mean, for the longest time, I actually thought that it was your favorite beam, but I have since learned the error of my ways. Spazer is just the grocery store variety of plasma, and it's not near as good.
Yeah, no, but it is very important to this route because, like you said, it's a diet plasma, but in this particular boss order, we just will not see plasma at all, unless you're Floaters and out with a vengeance, trying to like eliminate me, going out of your way to pick up plasma, and in order to bot me. It's weird. Oh, Zeddy is making the play to play second.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up this the tank after Kraid. That is what most runners will do when they do this route, just for a little extra safety in Lower Norfair. Just because Lower Norfair is so scary. It's so scary. But the music is like, mwah, spot on, fabulous.
Yeah, it is really catchy. It's oh my gosh. We'll see if Zenny is able to get the quick kill. It's not the hardest strat. Some language option there. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so with the Picard route, I have seen some people put the 420 in front of it. Why is that? Do you know? Zenny, please, pick up the Varia suit. Why are you just standing there staring at it?
Oh, he's just admiring it. I think I might know. I think it's because you get the 4th E-Tank. So normally you'd have 3 tanks, of course, so the 3 little blocks on the upper left-hand corner. But with the card route, you do get 4 in total, so you'll be picking up the one Terminator, the one that Sforzand0 just picked up here in Norfair. Zenny's going to pick up the one at Kraid pocket right here, and then the last one is at Batuan. I think the 420 is because of the fabled meme 420 energy. If not,
Chat's telling me it's the 4 energy tanks and then 20 missiles.
Oh,
so you were very, very close. And it looks like Sforzand0, I'm just gonna have to take it slow every time. I'm so sorry. Is doing the traditional PRKD route, just with early ice. This isn't early ice. This is fine, right?
This is ice. This is like vanilla ice.
Okay, so not early ice, it's just regular ice.
Yeah. Early ice would just be water.
Steffi.
Sorry. But yeah, no, okay. So thank you so much. for clearing that out. Or 20 missiles. The 20 missiles is a really good safety, and I am a fan of it because I haven't even dropped it. And Zenny has advocated for that extra missile pack because it does not really save you as much time as you may think.
Yeah,
Skipping that.
a lot of runners skip the wave missiles. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just jump over it and then continue on their way to wave. I don't get it. It's right there in your way. I swear it takes longer to jump over it than to pick it up. But again, I don't play the game. And I guess people are looking for those 7 seconds of time save wherever they can.
Yeah, when it comes to Norfair strats and Norfair tech and all of that, it literally gets sweaty. Just because of how hot and also just because of how intense at this level of gameplay, competitive gameplay, it is to speedrun Super Metroid.
It looks like Sforzand0 had a great bubble mountain. Sometimes that cack up there likes to really give you trouble, but he's able to get past it no problem. Heading in to get speed, and then he's going to drop down and go get wave. So we'll see if he picks up these wave missiles too. We know Zenny will. And yeah, he's heading into Bubble Mountain very shortly. I love watching the different players or the different runners do the different the rooms so differently. Like, you'll see people do Bubble Mountain with ice using the little waivers, are they? To freeze them and then use them as like stairs. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Just the different strats that people do in the different rooms depending on how comfortable they are with the game. I love how customizable this game is. There's so many different ways you can play it. If you're a beginner, you do this route and you can get all the safeties you want. If you're on like Zenny's and Zost, and there's so many good runners nowadays that just go with like the bare minimum and you're like, how is this even possible? It's just such a game for everybody as long as you have like 5 hands and 20 digits on each hand for all of the inputs.
Yeah, that's actually very true. That is one of the most appealing things to me about this game, as well as just how you can kind of add your own flavor. At least that's what I refer to it as. When you speedrun this game, like this different, just a little tiny nuances in strats, variances in execution when it comes to playing this game, and so you don't have to always go for the optimal strat, and you can always there's like a whole bunch of backup strats on top of that to try to get you back on on course to finish the run. Nice gravity jump there for Zondo. He's actually entering the dragon, lower Norfair. It's about to get really, really, really scary now for him.
Yeah, Zenny has that extra suit for that extra little bit of protection. So if I remember right, Lava Dive isn't going to be quite as scary for him. But yeah, everything down here still hits really hard. And this is not a time to be kind of running on autopilot here.
Yeah, for sure. You want to be focused in. As a viewer, an incredible lava spark right there for Zenny.
So nice. And Sforzand0 is doing a great job here, moving through these rooms like they're nothing, even though they are incredibly difficult. Okay.
Also, I just want to... Yes, I want to highlight something right there that Sforzand0 did. It's a really cool backup, really safe backup. You want to wait at least the 3 fireballs that face spits out. And that's pretty much the exact time that the pirate at the top would be in a position that you can morph over it. should you miss the the optimal strat initially. Let's go at worst room in the game.
Nicely done.
Great job. And of course, Zeni is not necessarily behind. He just ended up doing raid before Ridley, instead of what Sforzand0 is doing, Ridley before raid. And Zeni looks to be like he's gaining a really good amount of time on Sforzand0 right now.
Yeah, you can. It's sometimes hard to see unless you've been watching for a long time or you do run. There's just little things here and there that just make up these differences. Just little bits here and there. And honestly, as a casual runner or casual watcher, you might not notice them, but I'm sure you could point out half a dozen things that have lost, or that have gained Zeni some of this time back, even though he's not really behind. Yeah.
No.
Look like he's catching up. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing about it. It's just having that experience with PRKD, and not. I mean, Zeni's an incredible player. Like, he's just too darn good. There's no way he's just so consistent in a lot of the execution of these strats. He's not really gonna fail performing any of this. They're both now in the same room, same boss.
Zeni went for X Factors. I don't think Sforzand0 did.
Right, no. And the luxury of X Factors is that they end up being, just to kind of like preface this, they're about the same. I will say that. Just in the general course of the run, whether you do X Factors or you do Beam Fight, they're about the same. The reason why X Factors are so important is because you deal less, you spend less time with Ridley. No one wants to spend that much time with Ridley, because for a lot of these fights, but I think notably for Ridley, if you let this fight play on for far too long, it gets hefty, and you will probably die. It does increase in speed and gets problematic, and yeah, not fun.
Yeah, we can see Zeni is already done with our good old rotisserie chicken friend here, where Sforzand0 is struggling just a little bit more. It's like, what, 60 beam shots? It's ridiculous with plasma. But he's making it through. He's still alive. He's actually got decent health. His ammo was looking really not great. Hopefully he gets some drops here from Ridley.
Okay.
And he's going to pick up that Ridley E-Tank.
Well, and he's playing extra safe, and he was gonna farm a second pirate just to make sure that he makes it out alive. But he has that third E-Tank, and he has way more. Like, the only way that you can die with this much energy is if your name is Sephiroth. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only way. Other than that, it's pretty much home free.
No. These pirates do an incredible amount of damage. It looks like Zeni got that little manip to get through them, but I think you can lose like 150 to 200 health just in that room alone. Not even counting the little dragon heads and the boulders that you have to run through, and there's a lot that can still happen here on your escape from Norfair. Nice blue mock ball there from Sforzand0.
Yeah, having a clean exit there. And I mean, this shouldn't be owned. Of course, a seamless exit right there for Zeni. Sforzand0 has the experience of escaping lower Norfair, just because it's generally like about the same as old route, or excuse me, classic route. Sorry, Zeni. I know you're probably gonna hate me and give me a huge scolding after you watch this. Anyway, it's generally the same. You don't want to take damage, and you just want to avoid all the enemies. I do like how you pointed that out, though, Twin. That there's that each enemy, for the most part, can do like 50 damage, and so you know in total, like should you tank all those enemies, you're gonna be leaving with like 150 damage out of what like your limited health that you have.
Speaking of, Sorvando's down to 139. So, and he had full coming out of Ridley. So you can see just how much damage those enemies can do. One wrong little move, and they are just all over you, and it is not good. We did see Zenny do a little bit of farming before heading into the Frog Speedway that Sforzand0 is in, before he headed into Meridia. And I'm not sure why. His ammo looked okay to me, but I trust Zenny knowing what he needs and what he wants for this run, so... we're gonna come up on everybody's favorite space snake here, good old Batoon. That fight always goes exactly as planned. No need to worry. Meanwhile, Sforzand0 is heading to Kraid, and yeah, should see some great fights here on the screen. Let's see if Sforzand0 can get this Kraid quick kill. Meanwhile, we're going to see Zenny doing an X Factor on Batoon, and hope that hitbox of his... Oh, beautiful fight. Beautiful fight.
Yeah, really nice job, Zenny. How mean would it be, you know, if Zenny were like listening in and I'm like, oh my gosh, he forgot Prey. Just jump in.
That'd be kind of mean. But honestly, like, I don't understand how you runners who do all these different routes keep them straight. I can barely remember the route that I've been running for like 3 years now, let alone add in 2 or 3 other different variations on it. So I'm just impressed that y'all can do it.
I think with the time that you fit in, it just really becomes autopilot, muscle memory. You just kind of anticipate each room. I know one way that I learned from Oates actually is because he had said it before, long time ago. He had said it to Albert, something about like you kind of want to think about the room that's coming up next as you're executing the next room, or excuse me, the room that you're currently in. It's kind of like get you mentally prepared. But you do that on a more subconscious level, so I don't know. Oh my God, Zenny.
Beautiful Dragon fight. Let's see if we can get the spike suit. Picture perfect.
And now, pretty much both runners are on the same route now. There's no divergence. So that all ended up being about the same the moment that they left the elevator
entered
room.
Meridia.
Yep.
Yeah. So the return spark in, I believe it's Colosseum. I have heard people call things, say something like a Wample spark. I've heard it referred to as the reverse full halfy. I'm a little confused about some of those terms.
Oh yeah, so it's really just called the reverse happy. Because the reverse happy spark, I guess. Wample spark is a strat that's only doable in classic route because it's kind of like the first half of that strat is with space jump only, and then the spark is of course just its own thing. So
Gotcha.
It's mostly just the setup that why we would call it a Wampus Park. Other than that, River's Happy is the this park that you'll see everyone do, regardless of whether they use a blue suit or a spike suit.
Gotcha. Sforzand0 got the halfy, or the halfy, which is still better than not getting it at all. So he shouldn't be too upset with himself for that. It's an incredibly difficult trick to do. And yeah, I think they're playing great. Oh, that Terminator room strat is... I think it's my favorite room in this route. It's definitely it's definitely no cack alley and 100%, but it's a beautiful strat.
Yeah, what is it that stands out for you about that particular room and strat?
I love how they make Samus just kind of like glide in that blue suit just down that ceiling, and then they release the shot at just the right time and mock ball through the door. It's just so smooth and pretty to me. It's hard to explain why I like it so much, but it's so pretty. I love it.
Yeah, that's I guess to romanticize this game, I suppose, and the speed run. I do like to see each strat as like a work of art, as a masterpiece, honestly. Because it's subjective, you know, what you might see in one strat, someone else might see differently. Which is why we happen to just, I don't know, have our favorite strats, you know, have our least favorite for reasons other than just not being able to execute. But yeah, some of these strats do look fantastic.
Zenny doing some nice grouping there in Metroid 1. Little low on supers here. I'm sure he is not ecstatic about his super count.
It's gonna group these three and use some missiles here. That's a lot better. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's looking a lot better. And we still have these 3 Metroids to farm up too, so he should be okay on ammo. Yeah, beautiful. No problems.
Great D-boost as well, his own signature strat. He's a fan of. Sforzand0 actually is making his way over to G4 now as well.
Yeah, altogether not that far behind. They are holding their own, for sure. Having a great run.
Let's see here. What? Okay, great job, Zenny, with the baby skip.
That baby skip is always... It's got to be a nerve-wracking spot for runners.
Right, especially at this level, simply because it's quite an easy time loss. It's the biggest time loss, and to have something like that at the end of a run, pretty much, it's kind of mean. I don't know what the devs were thinking.
Devs were thinking the baby. We gotta reintroduce the baby. Zenny struggled a little bit with that Zeb skip, which is not that uncommon for runners because the Zeb skip is not an easy trick. They make it look easy. Like, they've made everything look easy, but Zeb skip is... There's so many... There's like, what? 3 or 4 different ways to do the Zeb skip?
Oh yeah, it's honestly Zeb skip at this point it's become kind of like the Bubba Gump shrimp. Honestly, there's so many ways that you can prepare it. You got the ice Zeb skip, you got the shine spark Zeb skip, you got the morph ball Zeb skip, you got the spring ball Zeb skip, you got crystal flash Zeb skip. I think you got like some weird stuff that Snick is into, Zeb Skip.
There's like a. Did you mention the down back Zeb Skip?
Oh yeah, yep, down bags that you see. Got it
It
all. You can
really
open
is.
up your own restaurant.
Really is the Bubba Gump of the Metroid strats.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
so. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't even at the face, and that's all I was gonna say.
I was just gonna mention that ketchup too. She's been tossing out onion rings and French fries and meatballs. She had to add some ketchup to everything to make it a little bit more palatable because she's not the best cook. And now we're into the Rainbow Beam, and we're heading into Mother Brain 3 after this cutscene.
Yeah, this is a huge sigh of relief though for any runner because at this point it just means the run is over.
Oh yeah,
And
nothing can go wrong from here, right? It's just home free. Couple of
it is.
jumps, a little easy shine spark. Nothing can go wrong.
Okay, well, especially recently, Hardware has been the meanest hecker to Zenny. So I really hope that Zenny and Hardware can play nice and make nice.
Meanwhile, Baby tried to make friends with Samus on Sforzand0's side. He did get the facing left to save those couple of frames from the stand-up animation, but he is going to lose a little bit more time now, having to refill that energy. But his ammo count looks great too.
Yeah, as tragic as that time loss is, we do like seeing Sforzand0 trekking forward and hacking forward the remainder of these enemies and just gets himself ready to just beat this game. Is yeah.
Oh yeah, we love seeing runners just power through, get through the game, finish it up strong. It's a great thing, especially in these tournament races. Yeah. We got some chicken wings going in the deep fryer here. She is done. Just finishing up the frying phase. And then we're out of here.
I can't believe I never really realized that. It does look like a deep fryer. That's some good cooking.
Well, she had to have something else. Samus was still hungry after all those fries and onion rings, and Samus needed some protein.
Yeah, you're right. Then he's gonna be cruising through. I don't think he'll save the animal. I don't think he loves Ponk that much. Plus, I don't know. I just think it's like not out of like bad sportsmanship or whatever, but finishing out the run how you normally intend to do, I feel is like how you normally would. It's just kind of expected. I don't.
It's kind of classy. It's not like, hey, I can do this extra stuff and still beat you. Yeah. I don't think that's how you're meaning it, but that's how I kind of interpret it. Unless the other players forfeit, just finish strong. Finish it up like you normally would.
Great attempt at the deboost there. That Steam deboost that he's been working on, and yeah, Zenny has finished. I have no gauge of time. I'm sorry, Twin.
That's all right. Thank you so much for joining me on comms. I'll try not to rattle too much, prattle on too much here.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I can
Zenny-
still stick around, but yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Taking that extra long break at work. Looks like Zenny finished with a time of 43 flat. That's so great.
Oh, GG. I'm so sorry. That was actually kind of funny. Sforzand0, probably telling Zenny GG's and just powwowing and just chatting it up. And meanwhile, Mother Brain's just serving up extra dishes for the go. asking them, "Y'all want fries with that?"
I love how much of this mother brain fight is food related. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, good spirit there by Sforzand0. You can tell he just had like a great love for this game, and of course a huge admiration and respect for the runners. Top tier, and who can I name out? Carl tier. Just kidding. Shout out to all of everyone that's tuning in. Shout out to you twin for doing comms, and of course Zenny for bringing up a spectacular race. And shout out to Cheaty for tracking.
Tracking. What?
He's probably doing something like that somewhere.
A few more shots here on Mother Brain with this rainbow hyper beam. And we're on our way to the ship. And I remembered to push buttons in the control panel, so...
Alright, that's actually the hardest part of being commentary is pushing buttons.
Especially when I'm not exactly smart and I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, I learned how to do that just 2 commentary things ago. So yeah, I'm like just as new.
Oh, looks like he got that moonfall. Very nice. No Mary Poppins Samus tonight.
He's part just a room away from the ship, and we'll be having a really great, respectable time here to finish up.
Very respectable time for sure. Oops, I cut off the audio too soon. See, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know how that works either. It's weird. It's really weird. It just cuts off and then it doesn't play the music that it says it's supposed to play.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh well. We got him done. So the bot can maybe invite people in. There we go. Hopefully we'll get these guys in for a interview here. Just a moment.
Joining us is Sforzand0. GG, congrats on that run.
I guess, thank you.
No, it was very entertaining to watch. I think you did a great job. I mean, obviously it was a run, and there were things that I'm sure you're not happy about, but it was a great show, and thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you felt went particularly well?
There are flashes of brilliance in my game, and I think that there are a number of them. The Dragon went really well. That's something that I think a lot of runners will struggle with because loading that first Shine Spark can be difficult if you don't get the turn and those sorts of things. So getting a good Dragon was actually something I'm really happy with. Botswoon going down in 1 round. I've been struggling with that one the last couple of runs. So just being able to hit certain things. Overall, the run is rough, but you know, getting certain markers in there, somehow getting a gold split on G4. That's the kind of thing where it's like, okay, there are flashes of brilliance in there, but in no way is it consistent yet.
Ooh, congrats on that gold. Wow, that's a pop off. Yeah, seriously though, you did your thing, and as you said, the flashes of brilliance. We know that you're an incredible runner. I think you were working for the 44K PPR, which is not an easy feat. I don't know if you actually already have it, to be honest, but still, 45, 44 KPR in classic route, just stupendous, and it's great to see you, going toe to toe with Zenny here at PKRD or PRKD, whichever you want to say.
Hello.
Welcome in, Zenny. Congrats on the win.
Thank
You
you.
snuck in. What's up, Zenny? Yeah, GG. Congrats.
Yeah,
on the win,
you
dude.
guys didn't bring me in, so I just broke down the door. I was like, I'm coming in. I
Hey,
came
look,
in.
I'm lucky I found the buttons to push right, all right? So...
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, everything sounds
Okay.
great.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry I sent.
No, you sound great. I think you sound great. Yeah, GG. You said in the chat, in the race chat, that you didn't feel like you had a very good race, and I want to apologize. I know how that feels. So
It's like I mentioned in the race chat, it's one of those things like you won't see me a whole lot on races. I really want to get more involved in them. I'm just sporadic on those. So racing experience is completely different. You'll find if you watch me stream, I made a ton of errors that I never make, and I think just it's just so unnerving.
yeah, that's races in a nutshell for sure. Even like I did, I think 4 or 5 runs earlier today just to get the shakes out and whatever. And I still I did probably 3 or 4 things in the run that I've never done before ever. Like not even necessarily mistakes, just like, why did I push the buttons in that way? Like that is the weirdest. That's not a strat. So
Yeah, I
get it.
I feel like it said like my opening to Green Brinstar was just pretty bad, but I felt like I locked in, and then Fantoon happened, and it wrecked my game again. And because I was really going for, I think I almost had the 2-round on screen, and I messed something up with my inputs that a mistake I never make. Then ended up taking a 4-round Fantoon, and it was just not good at all.
Well, I enraged Fantoon. I miscounted my missiles, I guess. So that was an experience. I was like, sweet, we got a clean 2-round, and then he didn't die, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That was pretty.
And I was on a really sick pace up until that point, and so I don't know. It's probably for the best, honestly, because otherwise I would have been second guessing myself whether I should switch to PKRD or not. So
I did want to mention that because I noticed your power bomb time, and then of course, time you enter Fantoon, I'm like, this is a really good pace. And if you had gotten that 2-round, my next question would have been, is he going to chase the PB attempt?
right.
And the thing is, it's really hard to make that decision because when you're in a race, obviously you want to win the race, but then you do play a little bit more risky when you're chasing a PB during a race. So
exactly.
in a way, it's kind of a good thing that did happen, but it never really does feel good. It's you can never win with this game.
Well, and that's an interesting dynamic in this route for any percent, because in 100%, for example, like there's no changing the route like midway through the run to do something safer to make sure that you finish the race. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's an interesting dynamic about any percent where you get to Fantoon, you kill Fantoon, you're on a really good pace. Do I chase the PB or do I do the safer race route to try and make sure that I finish the race? Anyway, I'm glad with how it went. I'm glad that I was able to finish. I think
that's really the big thing. And just finishing in general, feels good. You get a lot of DNFs in this tournament. A lot of people have dropped from the top bracket to the lower bracket because of a DNF, a death, or otherwise. And so it just, I know it's a high time, for me, 46-46, but it just it feels good to finish, and I know that at least I was a little less pressured on this run because I mean my best doesn't go up against your worst, so I was basically like, if he dies, I just want to finish, and if he doesn't
Right.
die and there's no way to win, I at least want to try to look good. So I think there's somewhere in the middle. I think I looked good from time to time.
Yeah, that's good for sure. I've died in my fair number of any percent races. Most recently, the final qualifier when I was on the restream, I died in Three Musketeers. You know, so yeah. Ultimately, like I feel like I put up a pretty solid time for the route, and more importantly, I'm just glad that I was able to finish. So anyway, any other questions or anything from Sephi or Twin?
I can't think of anything. Was there any one particular moment in the run that stands out for you, Zeni? I've already asked Sforzand0 that question, so.
It was a really good Ridley fight. It was a very clean Ridley fight for me. With Funtoon's new room time thing, I can actually look and see. It was 72 seconds, and I think it was a 3x factor. So that's a really good clean fight for sure.
Yeah,
That is fast.
it was a joy to watch both of you just blow through this game. And yeah, thanks to both of you for joining this tournament and for playing tonight.
Yeah,
Well, thank
GG.
you to SpeedGaming for the opportunity. Thank you to Eddie for putting the tournament together. Thank you to Twin and especially to Sephi for the last minute commentary. And yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Well, I look forward to seeing how the rest of the tournament plays out, both my part and others as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you wouldn't thank yourself, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on behalf of everybody here. But I mean, for all of you that are watching that want to get into this game, Zeni's put out a ton of great guides on YouTube that will prepare you from novice level to intermediate, advanced level. All kinds of guides and all kinds of things. Plus, he's very open in Discord, and as well as a lot of the community members. That's one of the things that I love about this community is just how open and how people are with sharing and teaching and those sorts of things. And for a difficult game, there is definitely a lot of resources to be learned from this community. And Zeni is one of the guys who's kind of paved the way with all of his guides and all those sorts of things. So thank you for the work that you do for that.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you. That means a lot.
Well, that says a lot, and it still doesn't feel like it's enough when it comes to you two as runners, Super Metroid representatives. Yeah, congrats again, Zeni, on your win. A win from Zeni feels like a win for family, like the Vin Diesel of Super Metroid. But yeah, no, good luck to both of you, future races. Just play with all your heart as you've been doing. I know my mic sounds really bad, so I'm going to shut up. Twin, could you close this up, please? Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Can do, Seppi. So yes, thank you everybody for joining us tonight for this race. I believe, let me pull up the schedule really quick. I believe that was it for today, but tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, we have 3 more races tomorrow. The first one at 6 p.m., which is B-Dog and Glove. So we've got more excellent races lined up throughout this whole weekend. There is just so many good races coming. Again, a big shout out to SpeedGaming for putting this on and helping us get as many restreams as we have. Shout outs to all the runners and the commentators who have been making these races possible, because without them, we wouldn't have them. And yeah, it was a great time tonight. Big thanks to the runners tonight for doing this race, and to Sephi for joining me last minute. And that's all from us tonight. We will see you all next mission.
Thank you.